Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
And welcome to Cape and Henlopen High School, folks. You're watching Delaware Live Sports live from Cape and Henlopen High School for our season opener. It's going to be the Dover Senators and the Cape and Henlopen Vikings in softball. Let me bring in my broadcast partner, Glenn Frazier. Glenn, it's a little chilly out here at Cape and Henlopen, isn't it?
I was going to say it feels more like December football weather than it does early spring softball weather here in the first state, but you know, that's what you get. And not only is it chilly, we've got the wind on top of that. So the real temperature about 40, 41 degrees, but with the winds, it's going to feel more like 33 today. And the girls were complaining a little bit, but they get out there running around. They'll be fine, Benny.
We know what they say about Delaware weather. If you don't like it, wait about an hour.
Exactly.
Change.
Yeah, yesterday we had snow squalls in Kent County.
Yes, actually, today's good compared to yesterday. Well, Glenn, let's talk about this game a little bit. We have the Cape and Henlopen Vikings, a very, very young team. I mean, when I say very, very young, I don't think they're starting anybody older than a sophomore today. And against Dover with an experienced pitcher in Alexis Dowdy and an older team. What do you see going into this game? You watch a lot of softball. And what do you see going into this Henlopen Conference opener?
I think it's going to be interesting because we don't really know a lot about either team. You just mentioned the fact that Coach Shannon Timmons of Cape Henlopen is going to start a lineup with all freshmen and sophomores today. So, again, there's not a lot to go back on and build on the team. And then as far as Dover goes, to go back to Shannon Timmons, she thinks that this squad's going to hit the ball pretty well. Last year they played Dowdy from Dover, and they had 14 hits against her. So we'll see what happens. Dowdy, one of the better pitchers in the Henlopen Conference. She's already committed to Delaware State University. And pretty good infield, a solid infield for head coach Charles Willingham of Dover. But it's going to be interesting because we don't have much to go on with these two. Should be a very competitive game, I would think. But the wind's going to play a factor. Anything up in the air is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking at the American flag over there in the football stadium, and that is blowing straight. That usually tells us about a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind when it is that straight. Glenn, first of all, thanks to Shannon Timmons and the Cape and Henlopen softball boosters. Talked to her late last year, and she wanted us to do some games, and they built us a nice little porch out here in left field. And brand spanking new. And she wanted to make sure we thanked Nuttall Lumber for they donated all the lumber for this little press box we have sitting out here in left field.
Certainly, great job. A nice little platform out here, and we are in foul territory, which helps too with our camera work.
You got to turn one direction.
That's right. NASCAR camera woman today, and Linda Marvel. All she's got to do is make left turn.
That's right. And maybe if we have a hitting game, quite a bit. Folks, we're going to go to our first commercial timeout. Our first spring game. It's a softball game. It's the Cape and Henlopen Vikings hosting the Dover Senators, and we'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
For over 15 years, our company has been building homes in Sussex County, Delaware. We offer a completely comprehensive program for our customers that makes building a new home enjoyable. At Capstone Homes, we have access to lots in our amazing communities or through our realtor partners. Visit with our team of professionals for a completely comprehensive experience. We can handle absolutely every part of building a new home for you and your family. Create your new home. Create a Capstone home.
Barkley Heating and Air. Barclays can work on all brands specializing in air conditioners, gas, oil, and heat pumps. Family owned and operated with over 17 years of experience. Licensed, insured, and a multiple-year First State Favorites winner. Barkley Heating and Air offers 24-hour emergency service with service plans available. Customer satisfaction guaranteed. Call 302-653-5971 for a free estimate today. John and Ginger Barkley are looking forward to serving the community. Find them on the web at barkleyheatingandair.com.
Here we go. And we're ready to play some baseball here, folks. Len Frazier, take it away with the play-by-play.
All right. Leadoff batter for the Dover Senators, the shortstop, Elena Gigliotti. And she's facing Abby Marsh. First pitch is in for a strike, and we are underway here. First game of the season for these two, Benny. a lot of teams around the state have 1, 2, even 3 games in, but the weather really wreaked havoc on the schedule last week. So this is the opening game of the season for both. That pitch is low and inside for a ball. The count is even to Gigliotti at 1-1. Gigliotti will be followed by the catcher Chandler, then the pitcher Dowdy, first baseman Crow, and they will be the first 4 batters in the lineup for Coach Woolahan. There's a shot and a line drive right to the right fielder. She almost had to play at first. It got to her so quickly. But a nice rip and an early single for Elena Gigliotti. She's at first base, and now the catcher Jamie Chandler is up to bat. Abby Marsh, let's set the defense. She's in the circle. Jalen Slater, the catcher. And we'll go around the infield and outfield right after this first pitch to Chandler. Marsh with the delivery. Called a strike. First base for Cape, Bree Windish. Ava Calciano's at second. Milena Bueller at short. Olivia Heers at third. Left field, Ava Simeone, Kenna Justice in center, and Eden Frederick in right field. Second pitch also a called strike, 0-2 count on Chandler. Not a cloud in the sky. That's the one good thing we can say about the weather today.
Nice and sunny.
Marsh's delivery. Fly ball, right side. He's going to blow out of play. Count holds at 0-2. Two teams that are unranked going into the season. And I had to laugh. Our coworker, Jason Mitchell, did the basketball top 10s all season long. Every time he made somebody number 1, they probably went out and lost their first game, Benny.
Right.
So I went out. I helped him out with softball rankings preseason. And I said, well, Sussex Central has Madge Layfield coming back. They barely lost to Caravel in the state championship game. Let's put them first.
Right.
They went out and lost their first game.
Delmarva Christian, who's now 2-0.
And they're now in the top 10. There's a foul ball.
Ooh, here comes that wind.
It's blowing in from left center. Almost blowing straight in now from left. Pitch is low. Count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jamie Chandler, the Dover catcher, with Gigliotti at first base as she singled to right field. 2-2 pitch is up in the zone. That's full count. So the payoff pitch coming up here from Abby Marsh to Jamie Chandler. And that's high for ball 4. So Dover puts the first 2 batters on base. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Lexus Dowdy. I turn around and see that number. That's 24, so that's actually Chandler batting now. So we did not get the proper lineup.
Must have made a change on the bus ride down.
Yeah. Over at first, or on second now is Gigliotti, who singled. We'll have to pick up and see who actually took the walk at first base. A lot of times they run for the catcher as well, so it looks like we probably have a pinch runner in there. Chandler, ground ball through the middle. That is going to score a run. Gigliotti is going to score. The other runners hold up. Now they're going to try to advance, throw to third, and she's in there safe. So at third base is Dowdy, the pitcher. So she actually reversed her spot in the batting order with Chandler.
Aggressive base running there, Glenn. Taking that extra base there from second to third, and now you have runners, both runners in scoring position.
So 3 straight base runners for Dover to open the game, 2 hits and a walk, and they're on the board at 1-0. And that should be The first baseman up now, Emma Crow. High for a ball. So Marsh and Cape Henlopen in a little bit of trouble here in the first inning. Showing bunt, pulls the bat back. And it's a ball, so 2-0. And we have a left-hander up there now, so we can't check the number yet. Make sure we've got the batting order correct. Marsh's delivery, that's low. And the count runs 3-0. Marsh gets the call from the dugout. 3-0 pitch. That's a called strike. 3-1 to count. Already 1-0 Dover, in case you're just joining us. Gigliotti single to right. There was a walk. And then an RBI single by Chandler.
And we talked about Dover. The bus arrived a little bit later than we thought they would have, but they got off the bus and shown some offense here, Glenn.
Yeah, stepped right off the bus. Literally, they got here just about an hour before game time.
Right.
That was a called strike on the bunt offering, so the count is full. Cape trying to get an out here. That's high and another ball, so 2 singles and 2 walks. And that appears it is number 2. Crow down at first base with a walk, and that brings up the right fielder. That's Isabella Raleigh. Well, the bases juiced. Fouled back. Now, so Benny, Delaware Live's weekly spring season gets underway with a show tomorrow night from Buffalo Wild Wings in Christiana, and we're going to have the Caravel head coach, defending state champ Randy Johnson. There's a foul. Over by the dugout. Nice catch.
First out of the inning for the game for the Vikings. And what a game that was last year, that championship game. Went into extras. And
yeah, it was. Olivia Hears over by the dugout where records the first out. One away, bases loaded, should be the second baseman, Jaslyn Roberts. And it is. First pitch, a called strike. Yeah, well, that was quite a game.
It was last year.
Went extra. I think, was it 11 innings?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Both teams, I think they had base runners in every extra inning in that game.
There's a line shot to right field. If it's there, it's trouble. And it is a foul ball. Nice shot by Roberts. Wind affected that just a little bit. So no balls and 2 strikes.
Glenn working to get the scoreboard working here. I mean, I think it's difficult. Cold weather might be affecting it too.
We have 1 out here and the bases loaded for Dover in the top half of the first. 1 run in. Jaslyn Roberts in the hole at 0-2. And she swings and misses. First strikeout of the game for Abby Marsh.
Dover in their Dodgers-esque uniforms. Look like the Los Angeles Dodgers with the small red number on the front and the script.
Now up to bat for Dover, Kaylani Dixon, the third baseman. And Marsh would be really fortunate to get out of this jam here, Benny, with just 1 run. That's low for a ball. First 4 batters all reaching base. 2 singles, 2 walks. 1-0 pitch. Oh, a hitter. There's another run. And an RBI for Dixon.
So 2 up early for the Dover Senators. And this young Cape team already being tested. And Dover, I don't believe Dover's in the rankings either, are they, Glenn?
No, we don't have either one of them ranked as of yet. Plenty of time for that, though, for them to work themselves into the top 10. Up to bat now with the bases loaded and 2 outs, the Dover center fielder, Leah Martin. We'll take a look at that top 10 as we go along in the ball game. Marsh's delivery. Called strike.
And Glenn, just like that, got the scoreboard working.
There you go. Oh, 1 count to Martin. Ground ball right back to the pitcher, and she goes home with it to get the force out instead of going to first, but they're out of the inning. And I tell you what, they're fortunate to get out of there with just the 2 runs.
Yes, sir.
Dover gets 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave the bases loaded. Half inning in the books, and it's 2-0 Dover. Cape coming up to bat. You want to step aside, Benny?
Yeah, we'll step aside with the sound for a second, and we'll be right back at the top of it with the bottom second. And Glenn, welcome back to the bottom of the first inning. The Senators warming up. You want to break down the Dover defense?
In the circle, Alexis Dowdy catching, Jamie Chandler going around the infield at first, Emma Crow at second base, Jaslyn Roberts at short, Elena Gigliotti, and Kaylani Dixon holding down the high corner at third. Left field, Elizabeth Cini, center field, Leah Martin, and at right, Isabella Raleigh for head coach Charles Willenhand. And there's the first pitch from Dowdy to Bueller, the shortstop. Milena Bueller for Cape Henlopen. Fouled back and an 0-2 count. We mentioned the pitcher Dowdy has committed verbally to Delaware State University. And she'll be joined by the first baseman Emma Crow, who's also going to go to Delaware State. That's up in the zone just a little for a ball, 1-2. And then shortstop Elena Gigliotti, she's going to go to Salisbury State and play field hockey as well as softball.
Wow. You can do that in his Division III schools, Glenn. I know a lot of athletes that you can play that fall and spring. It's
right.
Tough if you're a winter athlete.
Yeah. That one was fouled down the right field line. So the count holds at 1-2 on Bueller.
Also want to thank Linda Marvel for bringing me the umbrella here because they haven't got the roof on our otherwise I would not be able to see my laptop today. But
yeah,
they're going to build us a roof for this is all over with and keep us contained.
Going to be first class out here.
It is for, I mean, it's there already. Just having a chance to be able to be up over the fence.
That last pitch was up in the zone as well. 2-2 count. Dowdy's delivery fouled off. Just over the Dover dugout. Here's the rest of the batting order for Cape Henlopen. Calciano is on deck. Here's the number 3 batter. Then Slater, Marsh, Windish, Justice, Frederick, and Simeone. There's a ground ball to short. Throw to first in time for the first out. Well, that goes Bueller to Windish. Excuse me. And there's one out there. One down. That brings up the second baseman for Dover, Ava Calciano. For Cape.
Yeah, we talked about the championship game last year, getting to watch Madge Field, and just an overpowering pitcher. I think she was over 200 strikeouts last year. She has a shot at being like over 1,000 for her career. Different kind of pitcher here. This pitcher not as overpowering. Great job with the placement, getting the ground balls, and just interesting to see the different types of pitchers throughout the Henlopen Conference.
Yep, moving the ball around with location. I'm sorry, the last play was Gigliotti to Crow for the out for Dover. And that called a ball. So ball and 2 strikes on the batter, Calciano. That one's up. 2-2 count.
Got to mention, Glenn, that first base coach over there, the brother of one of our football color analysts, is Mike Tack, brother of Jim Tack, works for us here at Delaware Live Sports.
Yeah, Mike Tack, former head coach of Milford High, led them to a state championship.
Yes, he did.
There's a strikeout, second out of the inning. That brings up the third baseman, Olivia Hears. So 2 up, 2 down for Alexis Dowdy here in the bottom half of the first. And last year I did as we get this pitch, called strike on the attempted check swing. I was on the call for the state field hockey championships at Dover High with Delmar and Cape both winning, and my broadcast partner was Shannon Timmons.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss so quickly, an 0-2 count on the third baseman Hears. And a swing and a miss. 1-2-3 inning for Dowdy. 1 inning in the books here at Cape Henlopen High School. It's Dover 2, Cape nothing. Back after this for the second inning.
Barkley Heating and Air. Barclays can work on all brands specializing in air conditioners, gas, oil, and heat pumps. Family owned and operated with over 17 years of experience. Licensed, insured, and a multiple-year First State Favorites winner. Barkley Heating and Air offers 24-hour emergency service with service plans available. Customer satisfaction guaranteed. Call 302-653-5971 for a free estimate today. John and Ginger Barkley are looking forward to serving the community. Find them on the web at barkleyheatingandair.com. Barkley Heating and Air. Barclays can work on all brands.
And welcome back to Cape Henlopen High School. After 1 full inning, Glenn, the Dover Senators lead 2-0. Dover loaded the bases up early for the ever got an out, got 2 across. Like I said, Cape lucky to be 2-0 right now. Now they got to get the offense going.
Yeah, they were fortunate. Dowdy had a real good first inning, recording 2 strikeouts, so now we'll be down at the bottom of the order for Dover to start the top of the second, see the left fielder, and then back to the top. Let's take a look at our top 10 softball at Delaware Live. The preseason rankings were like this: Sussex Central, Caravel, Laurel, St. Mark's, DMA, Apo, Sussex Tech, Newark Charter, Red Lion, and Delmar. Now we've got Caravel moving into the 1 spot. Laurel moves up to 2, St. Mark's up to 3, DMA up to 4, Central moves down to 5, Apo 6, 7, Delmarva Christian, who's off to a good start, and there's a called strike on Sini. Then we have Newark Charter and Red Lion.
Also want to thank Kevin Smith, who just rode by in his golf cart, being caddied today. I don't know if you noticed that. He was the passenger. Athletic director here at Cape Henlopen High School. Always helps us getting set up. And approving our request to stream games.
Yeah, thanks to Kevin. That's low for a ball. A ball and 2 strikes on Cini. Elizabeth Cini, the Dover left fielder. Abby Marsh trying to settle in here in the top of the second. There's a ground ball, fouled first base side. Count holds at 1-2. This is our first Spring Sports live stream downstate of the season. I don't know whether anything, I think they might have one last week upstate.
A baseball game or something. When we talk about the youth of this Cape team, when I sent out the emails for stats and, last year, and her response was, we really don't have any stats.
Yeah, right.
They're mostly freshmen and JV players.
Yes. 2-2 pitch, fouled away. Well, the Cape Henlopen right fielder, Eden Frederick, her sister Marissa graduated last year. She was a pitcher here for 4 years, now pitching in college for St. Francis in PA. Ground ball, right back to the pitcher. Throw over to first. And that goes Marsh to Windish for the first out here in the top of the second. And back to the top of the order with a shortstop for Dover, Gigliotti, who singled and scored last inning.
Earlier, before the game, I had a chance to talk with Del Tech assistant coach Eric Swanson out here, checking out some of the up-and-coming athletes and talking a little bit about Del Tech softball, as they're just starting to get a baseball team like 20 games in, but they're just really starting to get their season rolling. The Roadrunners at the Owens campus in Georgetown.
First pitch to Gigliotti was tight for a ball. There's a called strike, evens the count at 1-1. Our umpire has a good set of lungs. We can hear him all the way out here against the wind.
I think it's a strong wind at that. I don't think people, you can't really, watching this on the stream, appreciate how strong the wind is there.
There's a ground ball right up the middle. One of the best places to hit a ground ball. So Gigliotti, 2 for 2 in the ball game. She's a 1-out base runner for the pitcher Dowdy, who walked her first time up. Just a little bit high, ball one. That's a Gigliotti there with the third hit of the game for Dover. She has 2 of them. Talked to Coach Woolahan about a week ago, Benny, when I sent out some feelers to coaches around the state, as that bunt is foul. And he was really excited about the season, couldn't wait to get started. He feels Dowdy's one of the better pitchers in the state.
Right.
And he has a solid infield. Of course, the weather has just kept teams from even really scrimmaging that much, let alone playing a game.
So we talked about the aggressive base running in the first inning and kind of set up that second run because, after that, that first run, she kind of settled down. And,
right.
So, the aggressive base running got them in position to get that second run, and they put them up 2-0 here.
2-1 count on Dowdy. Offered bunt again, but the pitch was low in the dirt. So now 3 balls and a strike. Dowdy walked last inning. 1 pitch away from getting there again. Here's Marsh's delivery. That one's high. And that's twice now that Dowdy has walked. First and second with 1 out for the catcher, Chandler, who had an RBI single last time. One out here. Dover batting top of the second, already on top 2-0. Out in front of that one, fouls the third base side. course, we're talking about the top 10. Sussex Central returning a solid group, including Evick, the catcher.
Boyle, the
Match
outfielder.
Layfield, they got a solid group coming back. They're
Nice
ground
shot.
ball left side, right to the shortstop. Underhand throw to third. Back to first for the double play to end the inning. Good job by Cape Henlopen. That was Bueller flipping to Heers over to Windish for the double play to end the
And
top
a lot
of the
of that
second.
was how hard that ball was hit the shortstop and the third base side of shortstop. Great play by the Cape Henlopen Vikings, just putting the ball in the wrong place at the wrong time. Folks, we'll be right back after this commercial timeout. Your score at the end of 1.5. The Dover Senators 2, the Cape Henlopen Vikings 0. We'll be right back.
Hi, it's Scott and Lauren from Soto Concepts.
And today we're at Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Catch 54 is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine overlooking the bay. House favorites include signature crab cakes, shrimp and grits, our famous 54 burger, all accompanied by a Wine Spectator wine list and a great selection of craft ales and cocktails. Catch 54 offers delicious nightly specials, award-winning waterfront dining views, and the best happy hour in town.
Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week.
See you soon.
Hi, it's Scott and Lauren from
And welcome back to Cape Henlopen High School. 2-0 is your score as we go to the bottom of the second. Vikings will come up to bat. Glenn, other than that first inning, Vikings playing some pretty good throws. Some letter out there playing some pretty good defense. And they just got to find a way to get that offense rolling. It's early here. And Lewis at the beach.
Yeah, you're right. Chandler, twice the Dover catcher, has really peppered the ball. The first inning got through the infield for an RBI single, but that time right to the shortstop, Bueller, who flipped to Heers, and they over to Windish. Nice turn for the double play. And now Cape batting in the home half of the second. Leading off the cleanup hitter, the catcher, Jalen Slater. First pitch called a ball. Slater was second team All Henlopen Conference last year. Had a nice .406 batting average. And she lines one down the first base right field side out of play. 1-1 count.
Got some baseball action going on across the way, but they've built a roof to their batting cage, Glenn, so we can't see the scoreboard, see what's going on between the Senators and the Vikings in baseball.
Right.
2-1's your count.
Line drive right up the middle over the second baseman's head and a single. First hit of the game for Cape Henlopen. So Slater at first. It brings up the pitcher, Abby Marsh.
Yeah, pinch runner.
Yep. Did you catch that number?
Number 4, I believe.
Okay. Look up our roster and see who's over there running for the catcher. Here's Dowdy's first pitch to her pitching counterpart. And it's high for a ball. That's Abby Crouch, a freshman, now running at first.
And the wind has changed directions. And strong.
Yeah. Going to drive that feel-like temperature wind chill down
Yes, it
below
is.
30. They're swinging a miss. Throw down to first, and Crouch gets back. A ball and 2 strikes. On the pitcher, Marsh. And then on a 2-strike pitch, she bunts successfully. Nobody covering second on the rotation play. So Crouch moves up, and a sacrifice for the pitcher Dowdy. Pitcher Marsh.
Kind of caught the Dover defense by surprise, Glenn. Attracted a lot of people to the ball, but again, like you said, nobody covers second base. I don't know that they're going to get hurt anyways.
Right. One out, base runner at second now. Batting the first baseman, Bree Windish. Dover on top, 2-0. As the first four Senators reach base on the top of the first. That one's high for a ball. Pinch runner Crouch at second base. Running for Slater, who had the line drive to right field. Good job checking her swing. They're going to appeal it, and the umpire's going to say she went.
Hard call from this angle. I mean, I'm the same angle he is, but.
Yeah. So now a ball and 2 strikes. That one up. Up in the zone, 2-2 count. On deck, the center fielder, Kenna Justice. And another pitch up in the zone. So Dowdy right now, a little wild high. And the count runs full on Windish. Ooh, called her out on a high pitch. Two outs now. Center fielder Justice up to bat now. Kenna trying to get Cape on the board. Takes first pitch for a strike, belt high.
I think when we originally were slated to do the Cape season, the real season opener was last Thursday, but heavy rains here on Thursday, and I believe Caesar Rodney had transportation issues on Friday, which is a big thing around the state this year. A lot of schools struggling with transportation.
Can't find the drivers.
Right.
1-1 count. On the batter, Justice. Crouch at second. Inside strike. Ball and 2 strikes. Dowdy, who has 3 Ks in the ballgame already, looking for number 4 right here. And she gets it swinging to end the bottom half of the second. So Cape gets a base runner, their first hit of the game, but they can't score at the end of 2 here at Cape Henlopen. It's Dover 2, Cape nothing. We'll be back right after this on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're...
And welcome back to Cape Henlopen High School. Glenn and I were just sitting here discussing how the last game we did was an 11-inning state championship game, and if this is headed for 11 innings, we might have to leave early because it is no joke out here today. Pleasure, but glad to bring you the game.
Yes.
It's going to get warm. We just telling ourselves it's warm.
Uh-huh. It makes it even worse for me, Benny, because all last week I was down in Myrtle Beach playing golf in 60 and 70-plus degree temperatures.
They're coming. They're coming here, trust me.
Man, I came back home, and I'm sorry, folks, I couldn't bring any warmth with me. Okay, here we go. Leadoff batter for Dover in the top of the third is the first baseman, Crow. And she walked last time. This time,
Right back to the box.
right back to the box. Easy 1 pitch, 1 out for Abby Marsh. That brings up Raleigh, the right fielder. And she flied out in foul territory to the third baseman. Here's last time up. Here's came over to the dugout, made a nice play. And she fouls it third base side again, this time way out of play. No balls and a strike. Yeah, folks, if You're probably going to say, if you've heard Benny and I do a game, a lot of times, maybe we don't. There's a little kind of check swing right back to the box again. So Marsh with 2 assists to start the top of the third. I was going to say, you folks probably think, well, those 2 guys can't talk too well to begin with. Well, listen, it's so cold and windy out here today, we might be a little bit.
I have a bottle of water here, but I'm not touching it. It's going to be ice before this game's over.
Left fielder second baseman Roberts, who struck out last time up, takes a called strike. Abby Marsh kind of settled in a little bit.
She is. After that rough start to that first inning, she settled in and, like I said, got out of that with just 2 runs. Probably, lucky for Cape to do that. And now she's settled down and has got the first 2 outs here in the inning. Again, Cape and Henlopen wanted to make sure we thank Nuttall Lumber, building us the deck out here in left field where we can broadcast from and high enough that the camera can get up over the fence.
Right. Change up from Marsh, missed a little high. So 2 balls and a strike on Roberts. I love that first name, Jaslyn. She takes high again, so it's 3-1.
Luckily, I still had hand warmers in my truck from football season because my mouse hand.
Oh,
nice shot.
Right through the hole on the first second base side. The right fielder threw it, and she's going to advance to second as they couldn't connect on that throw from right field to first base. So that'll be a single and then a throwing error. So it looked like Marsh might have had a 1-2-3 inning for the first time.
Right.
Instead, there's a single by Roberts.
The first error of the game, Len. We've played a pretty good inning here.
Right. That brings up the third baseman, Dixon. Dixon was hit by a pitch last time up to bat. Fouls one straight back and out of play. Roberts recorded the 4th hit of the ball game for Dover. So Marsh has allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. Working here in the 3rd inning, another foul straight back and out of play, 0-2. I joked around with Shannon Timmons, the Cape Henlopen head coach, before the game, and I said, Shannon, it was warmer last year when we did the state championship field hockey games than it is today.
Maybe get a couple of those little weather pods to see people sitting in along the side there. So hit by a pitch. And,
again, that's the 2nd time she's been hit by a pitch.
We're glad we're shivering, but as Trey refers to Linda Marble, Lambo Linda, she does come from Green Bay, and she knows how to dress warm. And at one point, she told me she was hot.
Yeah, she's sweating.
Getting ready to kick her off the deck here.
That brings up Leah Martin here with 2 outs and 2 runners on for Dover. In the top of the 3rd, takes a called strike.
Thank Linda Marble for being here today. All does football for us in the fall.
Well, Linda's from Green Bay. This would be balmy weather for her.
One of our other cameramen first there was Lambo Linda.
There's a great shot to right side. That's a base hit, and they're holding the runners up. Good throw from the right fielder, Eden Frederick. So the bases are juiced here.
5 hits in the game here for Dover over the first 3 innings.
And that brings up the left fielder, Sini. She grounded out pitcher to first her first time up to bat.
Boy, that's a Dover name. I remember Sini's back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big Dover name.
Marsh trying to get out of the inning. She's in another jam with the bases loaded. Dover loaded the bases in the 1st inning. Got a couple of runs. We're in the top of the third here at Cape. 2 runs on 5 hits for Dover. Swing and a miss. And so far, Dowdy has shut out Cape in 2 at-bats, allowing just the 1 hit. There's a foul back, 0-2 count on Cini. Marsh gets the pitch call from the dugout, checks that wristband, and delivers low for a ball.
So one of the evolutions of baseball and softball, man, is the wristbands.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could coach baseball going back now. I'm used to the indicator and the.
I think they use them in football too, Benny. Those
They do?
wristbands, the quarterback does. Ground ball, check swing off the glove of the pitcher. And the call is safe at first, so a run scores, and it's now 3-0.
Yeah, I think her deflecting the ball kind of because the second baseman was headed to cover second. And almost like the double play for Dover earlier, just the ball went off the pitcher's glove trying to make a play, and a run for the Senators.
Brings us to the top of the order, and the dangerous shortstop, Elena Gigliotti, who's already 2 for 2 in the ballgame. Takes low and inside for a ball. Well, the official scorer agreed with me. I wrote down E1 on that play, and I see the second error of the game up on the board.
That's a tough one.
It was. Tough call. Gets a called strike. 1-1 count on Gigliotti. She has 2 of Dover's 5 hits this afternoon. There's a fly ball out to left, and it's going to be fielded for the final out of the inning, making the catch, Ava Simeone, and that'll end the top of the third. But Dover gets another run, and they get another hit. It's now 3-0 Dover as we move to the bottom of the third.
In life, some things just go together. Like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Juwan Johnson and find out how you could start saving today. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. In life, some things just go together. Like a burger and fries.
Yeah, welcome back to Cape and Lebanon High School. Benny Mitchell here with Glenn Frazier, Linda Marvel on the camera, bringing you high school softball action live from the beach here at Cape and Lebanon High School. Heading into the bottom of the third, the Dover Senators lead 3-0. 5 hits and 2 Cape and Henlopen errors. Couple hits, batsmen. Glenn, so far this Dover team looks coming as their coach advertised. They're a good pitcher, good defense, and aggressive at the plate.
Yeah, and they're a little bit more seasoned, too. They have more upperclassmen on the roster and out on the field. As we mentioned, Coach Shannon Timmons, all freshmen and sophomores in the starting lineup. And then for Coach Woolyhan, he has a little bit more of a veteran team out there to start the season. Opening game of the season for both teams, and here we go with Frederick, the right fielder, leading off for Cape. Looks like a slap hitter. I see her movement out of the box. Eden Frederick, her first at bat of the ball game. Swinging a miss for a strike. Her sister, older sister, Marissa, pitched for 4 years here at Cape. There's another swing and a miss for strike 3, and a strikeout for Alexis Dowdy. And that brings up Simeone, the left fielder, her first at bat of the ball game. And then we'll have the top of the order in Bueller. 5th strikeout of the ball game for Dowdy.
Vikings warming up, a couple arms over here to our right behind the dugout.
Left fielder Ava Simeone, who recorded the final putout of the top of the third. Swing and a miss for second strike. That one's high for a ball. Yeah, every once in a while we get those little breaks where the wind dies down to almost nothing.
Yeah, and then it comes with a gust.
Yeah, with a vengeance. 1-2 pitch. Call, third strike. Sixth strikeout of the ball game for Dowdy, and that brings us to the top of the order for Cape, the shortstop Bueller, who grounded out to short her first time up.
Dowdy dealing here for the Dover Senators, man. She's, like the coach said, thought one of the better pitchers in the state right now. She's shown it against a young team, but she's shown real control and command.
Yep, only allowed one hit so far. Only the one base runner last inning. Slater, the catcher, who had a base hit. Swing and a miss, and an 0-2 count on the leadoff batter, Bueller. Calciano, the second baseman, on deck, hoping to get an at-bat this inning. But Dowdy's been tough. And a swing and a miss. Dowdy strikes out the side here in the bottom of the third. 3 innings in the books. It's 3-0 Dover over Cape here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
High school athletics is not what it used to be. The sporting goods industry has been disrupted, adding to coach and athletic director daily challenges. BSN Sports stands ready to change the fundamentals of our industry, giving our customers the advantages they need right now. Your dedicated local sales pro is supported with nationwide team service, including sport and category experts. Get the look of D1 colleges and pro teams with our program that streamlines ordering your staff apparel, player gear, and fan wear. Stretch your budget with our fundraising solution. Free and ready in minutes. Our campus branding products are perfect for boosting school and team pride. BSN Sports has the advantages you need right now.
I know. And welcome back to Cape Henlopen High School. Getting ready to start the 4th inning with the Senators in the lead, 3-0.
And Benny leading off is the pitcher, Alexis Dowdy. She has recorded 7 strikeouts in 3 innings. She's having a heck of a game. She's walked twice so far. The pitcher should have a pretty good eye at the plate, don't you think?
They should, yeah.
Yeah.
Pitchers and catchers, yeah.
Takes the first pitch low and inside for a ball.
They kind of know where the umpires settled in at. And
ooh. Over the catcher's head for a ball 2. Marsh already in the circle. A little bit low, so a 3-0 count on Dowdy. And she will walk for the 3rd time in the ball game. That brings up the catcher, Jamie Chandler. She is singled and hit into a double play.
once she hit the double play, it was a rip right to third base side of shortstop.
Yep. Downey's going to attempt to steal, throws a little bit high, and the first stolen base of the ball game. The pitch was a called strike. So Downey in scoring position with no one out here in the top of the fourth. Dover already on top 3-0 in this one. Opening game of the season for both of these two. That one's low for a ball, 1-1 count.
I think it's actually Dover's first scheduled game. Kate, as we said earlier, had the rain out with Cesar Rodney. Cesar Rodney should be a pretty decent team again this year, Glenn. Believe return their pitching.
Fouled off third base side. Ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Cesar Rodney should be pretty decent this year. Yeah, they have their battery back,
right.
Pitcher-catcher. And Peyton had a pretty good year last year. They had
the Riders
good offense, too.
They started off strong and kind of petered out at the end.
Ground ball fair right down the third baseline, past the diving third baseman here. All the way down in front of us. Trying to take third now, wisely going back to second is the catcher, Jamie Chandler, but 2 RBIs for her in the game now. And that's our first extra base hit of the game.
Right. And that was just ripped right down the line. Right down that camera angle.
It gives Dover a 4-0 advantage. And brings up the first baseman, Crow, who has walked and grounded out. And she takes a ball. I think we did a game at CR last year, softball, Cesar Rodney and Sussex Tech, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good offensive game for both teams. Ground ball to short, checks the runner. The throw kind of sailed on her, though, so the runner's going to move up to third. Runner's on the corners, and now the base runner, Crow, is coming up a little lame. You're going to have a stoppage here and check her out. The scoreboard has posted the third error of the game. I guess a throwing error. I think
it did tail off on the first baseman. I think it may have also hit the Dover runner on the ankle after it.
Could be.
So that's going to put us first and third, but no outs. And a chance here for Dover maybe to blow this open. Right back to meet their order with a first-third situation here.
It brings up the right fielder, Raleigh. Raleigh has fouled out to third and grounded out to the pitcher. Shows bunt just so they can move the runner up. That'll be catcher's indifference, not a stolen base. Runners at second and third now with no one out. Marsh's 0-1 pitch coming up here to Raleigh. Low in the zone. Evens the count at 1-1. And we had a couple of outstanding defensive plays in that game.
Yes, we
Cesar
did.
Rodney
Yeah.
and Sussex Tech, I remember.
A couple diving catches in the outfield. And
yeah.
Ball right over us in center. Home
Yeah.
run hit over us in center. But I'm more eyeing up this weather pod this lady's sitting up 10 feet from me. See if I can talk her out of it.
I was going to say it was a lot warmer last year when we did that ball game. Swing and a miss, a ball and 2 strikes on Raleigh. Ground ball. That's fouled off of home plate. Count remains 1-2. Now those little weather pods are nice. I know Nick Halliday, one of our co-workers, he had one for a camera. I think it was last year at Caravel, and that was due mostly to the fact that it was showering up there.
Right.
Got to keep that equipment dry. That one high in the zone, evens the count at 2-2 on Raleigh. We are in the Top half of the fourth inning here at Cape Henlopen. Dover batting with nobody out. Runners at second and third. And they haven't changed the scoreboard yet, but it's 4-0.
Right.
Now a full count to Raleigh with Roberts on deck. Roberts 1 for 2 in the game, struck out and singled, and has scored a run. And that one's high. And the bases are juiced again for Dover.
With no outs this time. Last couple innings, they loaded them up with 2 outs. Cape able to get out of the inning. Now they got bases loaded, no outs, and Shannon Timmons is going to make a trip to the mound.
Before the second baseman, Roberts, can't get in there. Yeah, I think we're making a change here.
Yep.
We are.
So let's take a commercial time out here while Cape Henlopen makes the pitching changes. We'll get those defensive changes and get right back to you. We'll be right back. Your score in the middle of the fourth. The Dover Senators 4, Cape Henlopen 0.
High Five Hospitality was founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise concept to Delaware. They now operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings, 6 locations throughout Delaware, and 2 locations in Maryland. B-Dubs has weekly and game day specials on their delicious food and beverages. Stop in one of their convenient locations today. The Stone Balloon Ale House features a unique blend of crafted food and an array of spirits, all flavored with a dash of nostalgia. Our culinary mantra is comfort food playfully reimagined, and we prepare seasonal favorites that strive to please the palate and resurface a memory. Limestone Barbecue, from our mouth-watering Texas-style brisket, fall-off-the-bone chicken, and St. Louis ribs. Southern-style sides, mac and cheese, baked beans, cornbread, sweet tea, and our homemade pickles. Be prepared as your bread will be your napkin. Yup, we are that kind of barbecue. Expectation. You'll have a tough time choosing between our exclusive dishes to help get you through the day. French toast, French crepes, Belgian waffles, and of course, our famous Eggs Benedict. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
And welcome back to Cape Henlopen High School. Bases loaded, no outs here as Cape makes a pitching change. Glenn, you want to give us the defensive changes?
Well, I can't catch them all. I just can't see the back of the jerseys, and they did some moving around. At first, they sent the pitcher Marsh out to center. Now they've moved her over to first base. So she switches spots with the first baseman, Windish, who's now in the circle. But I think we had a change in the outfield.
Yeah, right before we came back from the commercial, they ran somebody out to the outfield. I mean, they moved the right fielder to center. I did see that.
Well, bases loaded, nobody out. Roberts batting, takes the ball low. Top of the fourth here at Cape. 4-0 Dover on top. They have 6 hits in the game. And Roberts has 1 of them. Takes a pitch high. Ball and a strike. Actually, 2 balls.
2 balls.
No strikes.
Looked like he was going to ring up there and then didn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. The home plate umpire stepped out and pointed. 2-0 pitch. And now it's a 3-0 count. No place to put her. Windish, who just came into the game, first batter she's faced. He drills that pitch in there. 3-1 count to Roberts, who might be taking another one here. And that one's in there as well. So Windish has battled back here after a 3-0 count. The count is full to Roberts. Here's the payoff pitch. Ground ball right to the shortstop. She looks and then throws it to first. They get it out there. Dover scores another run, though, and it's now 5-0.
And she quickly turned, looked at home, and just, it was going to be a tough throw. She was going to have to turn her body. Wisely made the play over at first.
That brings up Dixon, the third baseman, and she's been hit by a pitch both times up to bat. Fly ball. It's going to be the shortstop, and she drops it. Looked like the wind really wreaked havoc with that one. Bueller had a tough time with that ball.
You can see her moving and moving, and like we said, the wind has changed direction on us several times out here, so that swirly wind.
Another run in for Dover. It's now 6-0.
And a fourth error on the Vikings.
Catcher's indifference again, or defensive indifference, as Dixon takes second base. Martin is up to bat. She singled her last time up, 1 for 2 in the game. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Second consecutive hit for Martin, and that drives in a run to make it 7-0.
And it's like I said early on, this inning, had a chance for Dover to really blow it open right now.
Yeah. It brings up the left fielder, Cini. Cini grounded out and reached on an error. And she gets a ground ball to short. Pick up. Toss to second. Safe. Throw to first. Safe. So that goes in the books as a fielder's choice, not a hit.
Couldn't tell her, Glenn, if she pulled up on that little toss there because the second baseman wasn't quite there yet. But runners seem to get there just as the ball's kind of low.
Brings up Gigliotti, 2 for 3 this afternoon. Flied out her last time up. And has 2 singles. Takes low for a ball. Now, Benny, in high school softball, you had the 10-run rule after 5 innings. So Dover now building up the offense to a point where Cape is in jeopardy of looking at that mercy rule, staring them in the face. Nice pitch that time by Windish.
Right, with only 1 out here, and bases loaded.
One count on the leadoff hitter for Dover, Gigliotti, the shortstop.
Talking with Timmons before the game and talking about, when we were talking about the stats, didn't have any stats. You got to remember, Cape Henlopen was one of the Cape Henlopen School District was one of the districts that didn't play spring sports last year during COVID.
Right. So it's 2 years in a row.
Right.
Windish in the circle, delivers just a little bit low. 3-1 count now on the leadoff batter, Gigliotti.
Right. As Lynn Marvel said, the last time some of these freshmen played, they were in the 6th grade. So they had to substitute with travel ball, and they...
Ground ball, second base. They'll get the out at first. Another run scores, though. So Gigliotti will get an RBI there.
Yeah, they brought back their junior league softball here in the Cape area and found a way to get the games in for the younger girls. Cape also in the midst of hiring a new football coach here.
That's right.
We heard there was interviews yesterday, and going to try to narrow it down to 2 or 3, and getting a little late, getting to April.
Yeah, spring football practicing, right? First pitch from Windish to her counterpart. Dowdy is high for a ball. Dowdy has walked all 3 plate appearances this afternoon. She's scored twice. Dover up now by a count of 8-0 on 7 hits. That one's low for ball 2. There is a base open this time. On deck, the catcher, Chandler. She's 2 for 3 already today with a double. That's the only extra base hit of the ball game. There's a called strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Dover putting up a crooked number this inning with 5 runs. Senators looking for more. Windish trying to shut the door here. That's inside for a 3-1 count.
Dover playing a balanced game, or Glenn offensively, defensively, pitching.
There's a called strike. Count runs full.
Maybe the Senators, not known for softball in the Henlopen Conference, maybe making a run this year.
And there's a lot of talent in the Henlopen Conference, north and south, but we have Sussex Central, of course, leading the way in the north. Sussex Tech's always tough. Cesar Rodney looking to bounce back. Smyrna has to replace quite a bit of talent. There's foul back.
And then you have Laurel down in the south.
Right. You got Laurel. Indian River up and coming this year. Keep your eyes on them, folks. Delmar always strong.
And then you throw in the little Christian school in the middle of the county, Delmarva Christian, now 2-0, with a big win, as you alluded to earlier, over Sussex Central.
Yeah, to start out the season. They've got a big game coming up Saturday. They're going to take on Caravel. Payoff pitch. Called third strike, and Windish gets Cape out of the jam here, but the damage is done. 5 runs across here in the top of the 4th. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Dover 8 and Cape nothing.
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health-screened craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
And welcome back to Cape Henlopen High School. As come back from the break, we discuss weather and how much we don't like it.
Yeah, here we are, Benny, heading to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Cape Henlopen looking for some offense. They have only managed 1 hit off of Alexis Dowdy today from Dover. And as we mentioned earlier in the game, she's committed to Delaware State University, and she's in fine form for this first game of the year.
Yes, absolutely.
She's going to face the second baseman, Cassiano, who struck out back in the 1st inning. Cassiano will be followed by Hears and Slater. Meat of the order for Cape Henlopen, trying to find a way to get a run across. First pitch, swing and a miss. Only 1 hit in the ball game today by Cape. And that was recorded by the catcher, Slater. Another swing and a miss. Good cut. Good rips.
Yeah, she's a little behind. I was this pitcher a little deceiving from our angle. She does bring it.
Dowdy's delivery 0-2 and 1-2-3 there with strikes and swinging by Cassiano for out number 1. Cassiano, a good, nice level cut, just as you said, just couldn't quite catch up. Eight strikeouts now for Dowdy. Brings up the third baseman, Hears. Takes a ball. And there's a check swing, but she went. That's an 0-2, 1-1 count. Hears will be followed by Slater. Ground ball, and there's the second hit of the game for Cape. Hears takes a big turn around first base, and then scurries back to the bag. She's a one-out base runner for the catcher Slater, who's only at bat resulted in a single.
She did a good job turning on that pitch. Glenn got it right between short and third, and gives Cape their second hit of the game, and one of their few base runners that they've had.
And only the second base runner, Slater, was the other one back in the second inning. And she's up there now. And she's got herself in a hole 0-2 against Dowdy.
She seems to really have Cape going after that high pitch. Looks like it might be out of the zone, but they're chasing it up there, and she's going to keep bringing it.
It's that rise ball.
Right.
That one's too high. She misses with that one. A ball and 2 strikes. Good pitch, though, on 0-2. Try to get her to go for the high one. Took a little bit off of that one. And missed. 2-2 count. That's popped up, fouled first base side, way out of play. Count holds at 2-2. Calciano over at first base. I'm sorry, here's at first base. There's a swing and a miss. And again, I think she took a little bit off of that. 9th strikeout of the game. And now, here comes Marsh, who is now the first baseman. She started the game in the circle. Takes a strike. And her only at bat of the game, she laid down a sacrifice bunt. Fouled off down the right field line and out of play. 0-2 count on Dowdy. On Marsh. Dowdy on the hill. In the circle. Delivers. Another foul. Marsh battling up there at the plate.
I tell you what, and this Dowdy doesn't waste any time between pitches either. And I appreciate that.
No, she doesn't. She's trying to keep warm too, Benny.
That's right.
Trying to get Marsh to go for one up and out of the zone. She checked her swing. They appealed to the base umpire, and he confirmed she did not go. She went that time, though. Strikeout number 10 for Alexis Dowdy. That will put 4 innings in the books here from Cape Henlopen High School with the score Dover 8, Cape nothing. Be back for the 5th inning after this on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware. You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware. You've been by our side since our doors.
And welcome back to Cape Henlopen High School. As you can see, the flags blowing straight out like they're taped to the wall over there, Glenn. And that's the wind that these girls are dealing with out here today. So, you go back and, talk about that pop fly air.
Right.
That's what she was dealing with and up there trying to field that ball. And not easy to do.
No, it was a fly ball that looked like it started out for a medium center field.
Right.
And blew all the way back just off the dirt out in the grass behind the shortstop. It was a tough play.
Right.
Well, here we go with the top of the 5th inning, and Dover will have their catcher Chandler leading off. She's 2 for 3 in the ball game with a double. Have a couple of RBIs, scored a couple of runs, had a really good game. Both of these teams will be back in action on Friday. Dover will travel to Seaford for a 4:15 start, while Cape Henlopen will be up in Dover to take on Early College High School.
Seaford was an up-and-comer.
There's a shot right up the middle, and that's going to fall in front of the left fielder for a single. 3 for 4 today for Chandler.
Yeah, Seaford was an up-and-comer last year. I believe they had a good pitcher. last year and had a pretty good season, but she's since graduated, so we'll see what the Blue Jays have coming up next week. Starting to get their athletic program up and going. As we did the playoff basketball game there this year.
I know Seaford started the season, Benny, with a 1-run win over Lake Forest, and they lost to Archmere.
They had a 8th grade wrestler finish 4th in the state, Anthony Andrews, at 106 pounds. So football team made the playoffs last year. So things are up and going over there at Seaford under new athletic director Mark Willen.
Basketball team, the
Right.
boys team had a really great year.
Yeah.
And they ran into that buzzsaw Tower Hill in the semis. High pop-up. The wind will play with this one. And again, it's just tough play. Let's see what the score gives. They're going to post the 5th error of the game against Cape.
It's an error, but it's an unfair error, really. Just holding this umbrella, Glenn, to keep the sun off the laptop I'm struggling. So
yeah,
I mean, I've had to 3 or 4 directions. I've had to pull it back. So that's what they're dealing with.
Brings up the right fielder for Dover, Raleigh. Walked scored a run last inning. Officially 0 for 2 in the game. And she takes low for a ball. Windish is in the circle now for Cape. She took over last inning for Abby Marsh, who's now playing first base.
And we'll get a runner.
Right. We'll get a runner for the catcher over at second.
I believe our upstate crew will be getting some baseball going here, Glenn, once they start playing some games over at Frawley Stadium.
Right.
That's where we do most of our baseball from, since it's a little harder to do baseball with the 300-foot plus fences, and just hard to get a camera angle, and these shorter fences make it a lot easier here in softball. But Frawley is set up for shoot from home plate.
1-1 count, fouls off the bunt. So now ball and 2 strikes on Raleigh, trying to advance both runners into scoring position. No outs here in the top of the 5th. Dover scored at least a run in all but 1 inning of this game. Here's a swing and a miss. First out of the inning.
Got her out a little bit there in front of that pitch there, Glenn, for the 3rd strike.
First strikeout of the game for Windish, and that brings up Roberts, the second baseman, who has singled in 3 at-bats and scored a run. Jaslyn was showing bunt, pulled it back on the high pitch for a ball. Speaking of the upstate crew, the 302 crew for Delaware Live Weekly will be live from Buffalo Wild Wings tomorrow night. I believe it's a 7 o'clock start. That's low for a ball, and the runner's going to move up to 3rd. Crew will be at the Christiana Buffalo Wild Wings as we have a spring sports first show of the season.
Not going to be able to make that one. We'll check it up a little bit more this spring, but with $4 gas, I'm probably not going to be riding up to Christiana for a whole lot of shit.
Well, I got a gas story for you. We'll get here in a second. That one's low for a ball. 3-0 count. On my travels from Delaware down to South Carolina, the highest gas prices were in North Carolina.
Right.
When I came back through Maryland,
Maryland's pretty low right now.
well, they're low because they rescinded the
gas
tax at the pump. So I actually got gas for $3.65 a gallon Sunday. There's a strike, 3-1 count.
Watch the chat. Probably start wondering where that's at. Forget it.
And get back home into Delaware, and it's right around the $4 mark. 3-1 count, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Dover with 8 runs on 8 hits. That's low for a ball, and the bases will be loaded again with 1 out. Brings up Dixon, the third baseman. Dixon has reached on an error and been hit by a pitch twice, so she's been on all 3 at-bats. And I think she's the one hit that high pop.
Yes, yeah.
Takes a strike from Windish. Mentioned this is a really young lineup, all freshmen and sophomores out there for Coach Shannon Timmons of Cape Henlopen. First real game action as a unit. They'll grow. They'll get better.
She talked to the girls about today. They're gonna find out there's a difference between game and scrimmage.
Right.
And they're getting a tough one here from Dover. Dover can put 2 more runs across here now and hold them, and that's gonna be the ball game after. We're not that. Yeah, we're in the 5th.
Yeah, we're in the 5th. Yeah. Windish trying to put out the fire here in the top of the 5th. Ooh, and guess what? Hit for the 3rd time and 4 at bats, and that's going to force the 9th run home. You know,
all been in our foot.
Are you a Cheers fan? Did you used to watch Cheers?
I did the old Cheers, yeah.
Well, Coach used to get hit all the time.
Right.
Remember, he made an art out of it. This girl has nothing on Coach.
And I think all 3 have been in the foot. This one hurt a little more because it's getting a little colder out here, and
coming up now, the center fielder, Martin. Martin has she hit into a fielder's choice in the 1st inning, but she has back-to-back singles in the 3rd and the 4th innings. Looking for another hit here. Takes down low for a ball.
And 1 out here, bases loaded, and said they were 1 run away from that magical 10 they're looking for, and put this one to bed early.
Windish. It's a little humpback shot up the middle.
Yeah, we're gonna
and now I think we're going to have
interference.
interference on the runner. Let's see. I'm waiting for the umpire to sort this out. As the base runner going from 2nd to 3rd interfered with the shortstop on the play. And now the umpire and crew will get together.
Send her back. She's going to be out.
We're going to have the 2nd out here. It should be a dead ball play.
Correct. Yes, they're going to send the runner back to 3rd. The runner from 2nd should be out.
Yes.
And bases should still be loaded. Good job. Good call. Just like I would have.
Now, head coach Woolleyhan just checking with the umpire and crew on exactly what transpired. So the runner on 2nd is the 2nd out.
Out on the obstruction. Baseball term, I'm not sure what they use in softball. But we know we have 2 outs and bases loaded. Those terms stay the same with a 9-run lead.
Right. And up to bat is the left fielder, Cini. And there's a shot that's going to fall down for a hit. 1 run in. They're sending another one. She stopped, and she's still going to score. Usually, she who hesitates is lost,
right,
but not that time.
No.
So it's now 11-0 as Dover scores 2 there on Cini's first hit of the game.
And the other runners did not advance on that. Catcher dropped the ball. She went to make the tag and didn't have the ball. Allowed her to score that 2nd run on that. But it was a well-hit ball out to right center field.
And it brings up the leadoff batter, Gigliotti, who is 2 for 4 in the game. Takes the ball. So Dover now with 11 runs on 9 hits. 3 Senators hit by a pitch, and it was just one girl, the same one. There's a called strike, 1-1 count. Dixon, 4 at-bats, hit by a pitch, 3 of them, and then reached on an error. Windish ready to deal from the circle. There's a steal put on, and that runner's out at third base. That will end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and to keep this game going, Cape Henlopen needs to score 2 runs. They're down 11-0 on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
For 15 years, our company has been building homes in Sussex County, Delaware. We offer a completely comprehensive program for our customers that makes building a new home enjoyable. At Capstone Homes, we have access to lots in our amazing communities or through our realtor partners. Visit with our team of professionals for a completely comprehensive experience. We can handle absolutely every part of building a new home for you and your family. Create your new home. Create a Capstone home. For over 15 years.
Welcome back to Cape Henlopen High School, midway through the 5th. And my toes are happy that Dover got that 11th run across. I don't like to cheer at these games, but I have to tell you that my toes are a little happy.
Now, the rule always is in broadcasting, there's no cheering in the press box.
That's right.
Now we have to change and modify that. No cheering on the platform.
On the platform. But my toes can cheer.
Well, that's good that yours can cheer. I think I can bend mine. We are headed to the bottom of the 5th inning, and in high school ball here in Delaware, there's a 10-run mercy rule. If you're ahead by 10 runs or more at the end of 5 innings, the ball game will end. So that's going to force Cape to score 2 here. And so far, they've only managed 2 hits off of Dover's Alexis Dowdy. She has been sharp on the mound today, double-digit strikeouts. Swing and a miss, first batter up there is Windish. And she has only been to the plate 1 time today, and she struck out at that appearance. Called strike, 0-2 count. Dowdy has 10 strikeouts so far in 4 innings of work. So 10 of the 12 outs were K's.
Right.
1-2 count on Windish.
Well, Coach Willihan said he feels like she's one of the best pitchers in the state, and today she's making him look good.
That's strikeout number 11. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. That brings up the center fielder Justice, who was also a strikeout victim back in the 3rd. Swing and a miss for a strike.
And Dover with a rather small squad here, Glenn.
Oh, yeah, number-wise, yeah. I presented the roster to Coach Willihan before the game, and he had like 3 girls scratched off the list.
Right.
Ball in play is fouled out of play down the first base side. 0-2 count. Frederick is on deck, the right fielder. Oh no, it looks like they might have a substitute batter on deck. Ball on 2 strikes to Justice. Puts it in play, and the second baseman makes the catch. Jaslyn Roberts over there.
And that ball, Glenn, too, also, you notice she went back and then to her left and had to come back into the infield as the ball blew it back. She was able to get a glove on it and make the play, though.
All right, again, these numbers from the distance, we are a little tough for Cape to read because they're like our outline. And I defer to Linda Marvel, the camera
You usually have binoculars.
person.
You didn't bring your binoculars.
No, I did not usually bring binoculars to a softball game, but I might have to start. She says number 18. That would be Sophia Ty. She's a junior, the only junior on the roster. Everybody else are freshmen and sophomores. Now, she transferred in before her sophomore season from the state of Texas.
Wow.
She probably wishes she was back in Texas right now weather-wise.
That's right.
It's got to be warmer down there, right?
Mom, Dad, what you got me into?
She takes the ball. That's also low for a ball. Ty is batting for Frederick here in the number 8 slot. Swings behind that one. 2 balls and a strike. And Cape is down to their final batter here, their final out. Swings behind that one, too. That evens the count at 2-2. And Alexis Dowdy is 1 pitch away from a 5-inning, 2-hit shutout. Here's the delivery, and that's strike 3. And that is the ball game. We'll be back to wrap this one up right after these messages. Our final in 5 innings, 11-0 at Dover over Cape here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
We all know that choosing the right company for home preservation can be challenging. Your home is your castle, and only the best and most trusted will work, right? Of course. So why is Ace Handyman Services different and the right choice? We take great pride in our easy, no-hassle scheduling and communication process. You call, we answer, and we listen. Or take advantage of online booking 24/7. Once we understand your home needs, we schedule a craftsman to arrive at a convenient time for you. You then receive a pre-call the night before from your craftsman. On my way text notification so you know when to expect your craftsman to arrive. Regular updates on the progress of your job. Even follow-up prior to any warranty expiration dates. Easy, convenient, no surprises, ever. Our commitment is to treat your home, your family, your time, and your privacy with respect. Rest assured, you are always our top priority. Our multi-skilled craftsmen will complete the work on your home in a workmanlike manner. If we don't, we'll come back to make it right. It's what we do and have been since 1998. Simply put, we're different. Ace Handyman Services, bringing helpful to your home.
And welcome back to Cape Henlopen High School. Your final score from today's high school softball action. The Cape Henlopen Vikings fall to the Dover Senators 11-0. Glenn, our players of the game, the battery. Alexis Dowdy, the pitcher, and Jamie Chandler, the catcher. Talk about those two the players and what they did here today.
Well, Dowdy was just on from the get-go. She records 12 strikeouts in the game. She only allows 2 base runners, and those are the only 2 hits of the game for Cape Henlopen. She was sharp. She also got on base 3 out of 4 times via the walk. But Chandler, how about Chandler, huh? Behind the dish, caught a good game. She went 3 for 4 with a double, 2 singles, scored twice, and knocked in 3 runs. Those 2 pretty special today for head coach Woolahan, who's making his way over to our platform. And
we got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Here, you hold the umbrella.
I'll hold the umbrella, and we'll get the coach over here.
Come on up, guys.
In his first game of the season.
Yes, it is.
Well, just a special job today. You told me you were excited to get the game started, and let's get away from practices. We want to play a game.
That's right.
It could have been a little bit warmer, though, Coach.
Yes, it could have been. It could have been. I'll tell you what, this cold weather is set in on us here today, but hey, my pitcher came through.
Yeah, I would say so. 12 strikeouts recorded by Alexis in just 5 innings of work. She was dealing it.
Right. And like I said, I'm especially proud to have her here, especially at Dover. Man, this is a big win.
Coach, we were talking about it at the beginning of the game, and Dover, not a team you think about when you talk about high school softball in the state or even in the Henlopen Conference, and you guys came out today. a shutout and a 10-run rule victory. Talk about what's going on here at Dover High School.
Hey, this goes back, my daughters came here. My oldest one graduated in 05, 07. Then I had one that came out in 20. And then I had older ones that came out earlier, and I mean, we just never had anything at Dover.
Right.
I mean, everybody bypassed Dover. When they went to the middle school and come to the high school, they went to Polytech, CR, Smyrna, and this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring these people and keep them in the Dover district. We got so much talent in Dover, but they just don't come out. They just don't stay in the Dover district.
Well, yeah, it was small. You had 11, 12 girls here today.
Yeah, and believe it or not, I kept some of them down today just so I could have a JV squad. And they're back at home playing, so I don't know what they did, but I'm hoping they did good. One of them misunderstood being on varsity versus being on JV, and she dressed for JV today.
Right.
So we only came with 10 today.
Right.
And, man, I'll tell you what, we really turned it on today. I'm tickled to death with this here.
Well, if we could talk to our co-player of the game here, Coach, thank you, as we went with the battery. And here's our pitcher. I have to apologize because I said you didn't appear to be an overpowering pitcher, and you made me eat my words because you became an overpowering pitcher out there. But a lot of that was you had a pretty good changeup working. And talk about your pitching and your pitching location. What made you so on top today?
So my dad actually calls my pitches, so he knows me really well.
Does Coach know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He works inside and outside really well.
Yeah, your location was spot on. And talk about, it looks like you had a rise ball working for you pretty well today, too.
Yeah, that's usually where I go to when I strikeout pitch.
So, I'm sorry, did I hear you say your dad knows you pretty well?
Yeah. Yep, he catches me on the bucket all the time.
Now, talking to Coach about, Dover, we don't, obviously not ranked. That could change in the next couple of weeks. You got some games coming up. And overlooked in, you said bypass, and the state built one around you. So, but, talk about this team as a leader of this team and how, how can you be a leader and get more girls maybe in like Central Middle School to want to play softball if Dover can get a little win streak on here?
Well, we were definitely the underdogs, but our team has worked like 10 times harder than we have last year. Like, we started early, like, better than we did last year, and I'm just so proud of everybody. Like, everybody worked really well.
And Coach feels like you're one of the top pitchers in the state. What does that mean to you with pitchers like, down with Madge Layfield over at Central, pitchers like that?
It means a lot. Me and Madge actually go to the same pitching coach. I've known him for a while.
Well, I don't know what else. I know you two want to get on the bus and get the heck out of here so you get warm, but nice performance today by you in starting out the season. Talk about your catcher just briefly before we let you get out of here. 3 for 4 today, and she had the only extra base hit in the game.
Yeah, Jamie works so hard at everything she does. She's actually played on my travel ball team a long time, so she's been catching me for like a couple of years now. So we know each other pretty well.
And you want to give a shout out to your travel ball team? Who do you play for?
East Coast Titans.
Okay. All right. It's always good to know. We always hear about travel ball. We never get a chance to talk about it. Well, I want to thank you and congratulations on today's game. You're 1-0, and we may be following around a little bit more because you have one of the best stadiums to broadcast from.
That you do.
Yeah, so absolutely. Well, again, thank you. Our co-player of the game, Alexis Dowdy. So, Glenn, that's going to wrap it up here from Cape Henlopen High School and our brand new deck and our. As we got to get a chance to look at it, here I am holding my umbrella and to keep the sun out. But I want to thank Cape Henlopen High School and the Dover Senators, Glenn and Linda, for the broadcast today. Yep. And that's going to be a wrap from Cape Henlopen High School for Delaware Live Sports. I'm Benny Mitchell, Glenn Frazier, and Linda Marvel. We'll see you. Keep an eye on our Facebook page, and we'll tell you where we're going to be.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we